Wade, this is all in response to a story seen right here on Pix 11 when our Mary Murphy questioned Mayor Bloomberg about the sale of shell casings. She really tried holding him accountable to this, but in the end, the mayor really basically blew her off and blew his top off. And here to discuss more about Mayor Bloomberg losing his cool at this press conference is our body language expert, Tonya Reiman. She is joining us right now live. Tonya, good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
Yeah, it was really an interesting press conference, and we want to set it up for the viewers, right?
Yeah. So what I want you to know is right before you see this picture, he's doing what's called the displacement activity, which is moving his hand back and forth, which indicates he's nervous. Once Mary starts to talk, his anxiety changes over to anger, and that's what I want you to be looking for, those subtle cues that demonstrate he's now getting angry.
All right, we'll watch him.
It would create chaos and corruption like you've never seen.
Does it send the wrong message, though?
Either you want to ask a question and then give me an answer, or please come to the next press conference and stand in the back, and we'll be happy to answer your question. We're happy to answer your question. Thank you very much. But I've given you the courtesy, and I expect the same courtesy. Thank you very much.
Okay, so as we watch this, what you'll find out is that there's increased tension that manifests itself not only in his face, but his hands, his chin, okay? So as he starts talking to her, not only does his hand go out, down, but he also takes what's called an intention cue. He walks towards her. It's a very aggressive movement. Now watch, see how his chin moves down? Yeah. That's also a very aggressive movement. When you point your chin down like that and you're pointing at the same time, it's saying I'm being forceful here. Some of the things that he did, if you look at his face, he didn't look that upset.
Well, I was wondering about the pointing.
Yeah. Well, not only does he point, but he starts off this way and then points down, palms down, opens up. All these things show that he's growing. He's getting bigger. His body language is getting larger. And here, when you see this, this is basically telling her to stop talking. This next movement, when he goes like this, is a brush off. It's a nonverbal way of saying, go away.
All right. I had an issue with this because obviously he knows who Mary Murphy is. You know, I mean, she's a veteran news reporter here in New York. I loved how he kind of said, Miss, if you want to, come back to the next press conference.
Stay
go to
the
back.
Right.
Very dismissive.
Yes, he was incredibly dismissive.
Uncomfortable about the question?
No, angry about the question. Angry. Frustration was there at the end of this. If you wait and watch the end, you'll see his hand balls into a fist. And that's when you know he's really gotten angry.
It's kind of interesting because we see lawmakers do this all the time. We see it with Christie, Governor Chris Christie at press conferences. Is this just generally what they are doing, sort of, to kind of say, you know what, this how to keep control of...
Most of the time they don't know they're doing it. Some of them are just dominant individuals like Chris Christie. He's a very dominant individual.
All right. Thank you so much, Tonya Reiman, our body language experts, for your perspective. And of course, we're not giving up on this. We're not, because we're going to continue to keep our fight until we get the guns off our street, because we want to have some victory over the violence and the situation that's happening on the streets. Tonya's going to be back on Thursday. We want to tell you with a fresh look at body language and other things that we need to know. I'm always like this. Okay. Francis, back to you.
I know. I've kind of let go because I'm like, she's figured us out by now. All right, still to come here.